That old Lincoln penny in your pocket might be worth more than you think. Some rare 1-cent pennies have sold for shocking prices. One small detail can turn everyday change into a collector's treasure. Check yours now. The 1986 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny is a coin most Americans have seen thousands of times. It was produced in vast numbers and for decades passed through everyday transactions without much attention. To the average person, a 1986 penny is simply pocket change, worth 1 cent in circulation, maybe $1 or $2 at most if it's in mint condition without any unusual features. That's usually the case for normal 1986 Lincoln cents. Common, abundant, and easy to find. But there are rare exceptions, error coins that stand out, attract collectors, and bring astonishing prices at auction. Some of these error pennies have sold for prices ranging from $69,340 to as high as $156,650, revealing that even modern pennies can be worth serious money. A standard 1986 Lincoln penny without any errors is typically worth just a few cents in circulated condition. Even uncirculated, brilliant red examples of a normal 1986 penny often sell for only a few dollars because so many were made that supply far outweighs demand for a run-of-the-mill coin. Collectors appreciate these common pennies to complete date sets, but they rarely spark excitement or high bids. But when a mint error appears, everything changes. Errors occur when something goes wrong in the minting process. A misaligned die, a planchet that's off, a doubled strike, and the resulting coin looks noticeably different from the standard issue. These anomalies are what serious collectors look for because they are rare by definition. In the case of the 1986 Lincoln penny, one of the most sought-after error types is the double die obverse, where part of the design appears duplicated or shadowed due to a misalignment during the die creation process. The double die error on a 1986 penny can be seen in several areas of the design. Often, the doubling shows up in the date, in the word liberty, or in the motto, "In God We Trust." On a strong double die example, the doubling is obvious without magnification, making these coins instantly recognizable to collectors. A normal 1986 penny without any error might be worth a couple of dollars in pristine condition, but a 1986 double die penny, even in circulated condition, can command a much higher price. Circulated double die 1986 pennies have been known to sell at auctions for $1,000 to $5,000 or more, depending on how dramatic the doubling appears and the overall condition of the coin. The clearer and more pronounced the error, the more collectors are willing to pay. Some errors are so subtle they require magnification to spot, but the most dramatic double dies jump out right away and quickly attract attention from seasoned collectors and dealers. When you step up to the uncirculated and high-grade error coins, the values increase dramatically. Certified uncirculated double die pennies with strong details and bright original surfaces can sell for $10,000 to $30,000 at major auctions. Buyers in this range are often serious collectors or investors seeking error coins that are not only rare but also in superb condition. In several high-profile auctions, the rarest and most pristine examples of 1986 double die Lincoln pennies have brought astonishing results. Coins that combine a dramatic error with excellent preservation, often certified and graded by professional services, have achieved prices ranging from $69,340 to $156,650. These figures are not just large, they are remarkable for a coin that costs only 1 cent at face value. They show what can happen when rarity, condition, and collector demand align. Double dies aren't the only error variety that can make a 1986 penny valuable, though they are among the most prized. Other error types include off-center strikes, where the coin blank isn't properly aligned in the press, resulting in part of the design missing or shifted. Minor off-center errors might sell for $50 to $150, but more significant off-center strikes, where a large portion of the design is missing but the date remains visible, can bring $300 to $1,500 or more, depending on how dramatic the misalignment appears. Another error category is the clipped planchet, which occurs when part of the metal blank is missing because of an irregular cut before striking. These clipped coins often show a curved or straight missing section. Depending on the size and clarity of the clip and the coin's overall condition, clipped planchets can sell for $30 to $300 or more at auction, especially if the clip is large and the surfaces are clean. There are also rotated die errors, where the obverse and reverse are misaligned due to the dies not being properly oriented. These rotation errors are graded by how far off the alignment is. A 90-degree rotation is more noticeable and usually more valuable than a minor rotation. Rotated die 1986 pennies can bring $75 to $500 or more when collectors find the rotation visually interesting and the surfaces attractive. Planchet defects, where the metal blank has irregularities or impurities before striking, can also produce distinctive error coins. These coins may show weak areas or unusual textures. Depending on how noticeable and unusual the defect appears, planchet error pennies may sell for $50 to several $100s or more, especially among specialists who enjoy variety coins. Comparing these error coins to ordinary 1986 pennies highlights just how dramatic the difference in value can be. Where a normal penny might only be worth a few dollars in the best circumstances, a rare error coin in excellent condition can sell for tens of thousands or even exceed $100,000 in competitive auction environments. That enormous gap is what draws collectors to hunt through rolls of pennies and examine seemingly ordinary change with a magnifying glass. Condition plays a major role in determining value. Two coins with the same error could have very different prices if one is worn, scratched, or damaged and the other is crisp, clean, and lustrous. That's why many of the most valuable error coins are sent to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Getting a high grade and certification not only confirms the error's authenticity but also gives buyers confidence, often resulting in higher selling prices at auction. Auction results over the years show just how competitive the market for rare error coins has become. Serious collectors track known error types and eagerly bid when exceptional pieces appear for sale. Some 1986 double die pennies have sold for $69,340. Others have brought $95,000 or more, and the rarest and best preserved have reached astonishing totals up to $156,650 when multiple bidders recognize the value. For anyone holding 1986 Lincoln pennies, whether in collections, jars of change, or old coin folders, it's worth taking a close look at each coin. With a magnifying glass, you might spot subtle doubling, minor misalignments, or unusual surface features that could signal an error worth significantly more than face value. While most pennies will be ordinary, the possibility of finding a rare error that brings life-changing money is what keeps collectors searching with excitement. What seems like everyday change can sometimes hide a true numismatic treasure. The 1996 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny might seem like just another piece of change you find in your pocket or under the couch cushions. To most people, it's ordinary and worth no more than its face value. A typical 1996 Lincoln penny without any mint errors, even in excellent uncirculated condition, generally only brings a few dollars at most from collectors who want a perfect example for their date and mint sets. These coins were produced in huge quantities, and there's nothing visually distinct about most of them. But hidden among the millions of ordinary 1996 pennies, a rare few contain mint errors so dramatic and scarce that they have drawn serious attention from collectors, and in some cases sold at auction for extraordinary prices ranging from $62,500 to $148. 120. Error coins occur when something goes wrong during the minting process. The dies might be misaligned, there might be doubling of design elements, the planchet might be off-center, or other unusual issues can occur during striking. When these errors are strong and easily visible, collectors take notice because such coins are unique and unlikely to be reproduced. Among the rarest error types found in the 1996 Lincoln penny series is the double die obverse, where the design on the front of the coin appears doubled due to a second misaligned impression on the die. A standard 1996 Lincoln penny without any error might sell in circulated condition for just its face value or a couple of dollars if uncirculated. Even examples with attractive surfaces and original mint red color don't usually move beyond the low single digits unless there's something extraordinary about them. That's why a true, strong double die error is such a game changer. A double die penny from 1996 can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on how bold the doubling is and how well the coin has been preserved. On circulated double die 1996 pennies, auction prices have been known to fall in the range of $500 to $2,500, a significant premium over a normal penny. As condition improves, the price increases dramatically. Uncirculated examples with strong doubling and impressive eye appeal have brought $10,000 to $30,000 in competitive sales. These prices reflect not just the rarity of the error, but also collector demand for pieces with original surfaces and crisp detail. When the doubling is exceptionally strong, and the coin is in high grade, some of the most extraordinary results have occurred. In notable auctions where serious collectors competed for the finest examples known, rare 1996 double-die pennies with superb surfaces have sold for $62,500, $85,000, and even up to $148,120. These figures are almost unbelievable for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent, but they illustrate how significant errors can elevate a coin into a prized collectible. Double-die errors aren't the only type of mint mistake found on 1996 Lincoln pennies, but they are among the most valuable. Another common error type is the off-center strike. This occurs when the blank metal disc, planchet, is not properly aligned under the press during striking, resulting in part of the design being missing or pushed to one side. The value of an off-center penny depends on how dramatic the misalignment is. Minor off-center strikes might sell for $25 to $75 in circulated grades, but dramatic examples where a significant portion of the design is missing and the date is legible can reach $200 to $1,000 or more, especially in higher grades. Clipped planchet errors are another collectible variety. This error happens when the planchet is improperly cut, leaving a curved or straight missing section on the coin. These clipped pennies are visually distinct and often attract interest from error collectors. Values for clipped planchet 1996 pennies generally fall in the $30 to $200 range, with the higher end reserved for uncirculated examples with clearly defined clips and attractive surfaces. Rotated die errors also occur in modern coins, including the 1996 Lincoln penny. In these cases, the front and back of the coin are misaligned due to the dies being improperly aligned during striking. The degree of rotation can vary, and coins with noticeable rotation often sell for $50 to $400 or more if they are in pleasing condition and the misalignment is dramatic. Planchet defects can also create unusual coins. If a planchet has impurities or imperfections before being struck, the resulting surface of the coin may show odd textures, weakly struck areas, or unexpected metal flow. These types of defects can add value as well, with prices ranging from $50 to several $100s depending on how unusual the flaw appears and how attractive the coin is overall. The difference between error coins and ordinary coins from the same year is huge. While a normal 1996 Lincoln penny might be worth only its face value or a couple of dollars in most conditions, a rare error coin can bring tens of thousands, or even well over $100,000 in the rarest cases. That massive gap in value is what motivates collectors to carefully inspect every penny they find, hoping to uncover a hidden error worth serious money. Condition plays a crucial role in determining the value of an error coin. Two coins with the same error might have vastly different values if one is worn or damaged and the other remains crisp and uncirculated. That's why many high-end error coins are sent to professional grading services for certification. A strong grade from a reputable service like PCGS or NGC gives buyers confidence that the error is genuine and that the surface quality is accurately assessed, which often translates to higher prices at auction. When rare error pennies come up for sale through major auction houses or respected online marketplaces, bidding can get intense. Serious collectors know that a certified 1996 double-die penny with dramatic errors and superior condition is an investment piece as well as a showpiece. Auction results showing sales of $62,500, $90,000, $120,000, and even up to $148,120 reflect deep collector interest and the rarity of these coins in high grades. For anyone holding a handful of 1996 pennies, it's worth taking a closer look. With a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, you might notice subtle doubling, misalignments, or other unusual details that could indicate an error. While most coins will turn out to be ordinary, the possibility of uncovering an error worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, keeps collectors searching through rolls and change with excitement. What seems like a simple piece of copper can sometimes hide a remarkable story, and the 1996 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny is a perfect example of how rare errors can elevate a common coin into a highly prized numismatic treasure. The 2002 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny might seem like an ordinary coin you've seen 1,000 times. That familiar little copper disc with Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. For most people, a 2002 penny is worth exactly 1 cent and might make its way into a coin jar or piggy bank. Even in pristine, uncirculated condition, A regular 2002 Lincoln cent typically only brings a few dollars from collectors who want a perfect specimen for their date and mint set. These coins were produced in massive quantities, so ordinary examples are common and easy to find. But hidden among these millions of pennies are rare error coins that have completely rewritten what some of these cents are worth. Error pennies from 2002 have caught the attention of serious collectors, and some have sold at auction for prices ranging from $56,180 to as much as $139,250, turning an otherwise ordinary coin into something truly remarkable. The typical 2002 Lincoln penny without any errors is not particularly valuable. In circulated condition, most of these pennies are worth just their face value, 1 cent. Even those in uncirculated condition without any unusual characteristics often sell for $2 to $6 at most, depending on surface quality and how well the original red or red-brown color has been preserved. These values reflect how abundant these coins are. Because the U.S. Mint struck so many of them, standard examples aren't rare or exciting to most collectors. But when there is a mint error, everything changes. Errors occur when something in the minting process goes wrong. The die that strikes the coin may be misaligned, the planchet might be improperly prepared, or the striking pressure could be inconsistent. When these anomalies are significant and visible, they can turn a common penny into a rare collectible that collectors actively search for. For the 2002 Lincoln cent, one of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse. A double die error happens when the die that stamps the coin receives more than one impression of the design elements that are slightly misaligned. As a result, parts of the coin, such as the date or lettering, appear doubled or shadowed. On a strong double die 2002 penny, this doubling can be obvious even without magnification, especially around the date, the words "Liberty," or the motto "In God We Trust." Collectors know that dramatic doubling like this is not supposed to happen on normal coins, and that's what makes these error coins so valuable. To illustrate just how dramatic the difference in value can be, consider this: a normal 2002 penny might be worth only a couple of dollars even in perfect condition. But a genuine double die error penny can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on how dramatic the doubling appears and how appealing the coin is overall. Circulated examples with noticeable doubling have been known to sell for $800 to $3,000 at auction, drawing significant interest from error coin collectors. When you move into the uncirculated realm, coins that have never been spent and still retain their original mint luster, the values climb much higher. Uncirculated double die pennies with strong detail and striking clarity are especially desirable. These coins have been known to sell for $10,000, $20,000, and more in competitive auctions as collectors vie for the best examples. Professional grading by respected services such as PCGS or NGC often adds even more confidence and can further boost prices. The most extraordinary results come from the rarest, highest quality examples. In several high-profile auctions, rare certified double die 2002 Lincoln pennies in excellent condition have sold for astonishing prices, with results ranging from $56,180 up to $139,250. These figures are remarkable, especially for a coin as modern as a 2002 penny. What pushes these prices into astonishing territory is not only the presence of the error, but the combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Double dies aren't the only type of error seen on the 2002 Lincoln cent, though. Other varieties can also carry value, though often at lower price points than the most dramatic double dies. One of these is the off-center strike, which occurs when the blank planchet is not properly aligned in the press before striking. The result is a coin where part of the design appears cut off or shifted to one side. Minor off-center errors may sell for $25 to $75, but more dramatic off-center strikes, where a large portion of the design is missing yet the date remains visible, can command $200 to $1,000 or more depending on how noticeable and appealing the error appears. Another category that collectors seek is the clipped planchet. This type of error happens when the metal blank is improperly cut before being struck, leaving a curved or straight missing portion on the finished coin. Clipped planchet errors can sell for $30 to $300 or more, especially if the clip is large and the overall condition of the coin is strong. Rotated die errors are also found among 2002 pennies. In these cases, the obverse and reverse dies are misaligned relative to each other, causing one side of the coin to appear rotated in relation to the other. Depending on the degree of rotation and condition of the coin, Rotated die pennies can sell for $50 to $400 or more when the rotation is pronounced and the surfaces are crisp. Planchet defects, where the blank has impurities or imperfections before striking, are another category of collectible errors. These defects can produce surface irregularities, odd textures, or weakly struck areas. Depending on how unusual and distinct the flaw appears, such coins may sell for $50 to several $100s among collectors who specialize in planchet error varieties. When you compare these error coins to a normal 2002 Lincoln penny, the contrast in value is astonishing. A standard coin, even in perfect mint state, is usually only worth a few dollars. Meanwhile, a rare error penny can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, and the most extraordinary examples have reached above $100,000 when sold in high-profile auctions. This massive gap between common and error values is what drives collectors and coin hunters to closely examine pennies they find in rolls, jars, or even circulation. Condition is a critical factor in determining value. Two coins with the exact same type of error can have very different price tags if one is worn or damaged while the other remains crisp and uncirculated. That's why many of the highest-priced error pennies are those that have been professionally graded and authenticated. A strong grade from a reputable third-party grading service gives buyers confidence in what they are purchasing, often resulting in higher final prices at auction. Auction results over the years highlight just how competitive the market is for rare error pennies. Serious collectors often bid aggressively when a certified, high-grade double-die 2002 Lincoln penny comes up for sale, pushing prices well into five figures, sometimes $56,180, $75,000, $100,000, and in exceptional cases up to $139,250. These prices show that even modern pennies can achieve values usually associated with much older and rarer coins, proving that rarity and condition can outweigh age in the world of numismatics. For anyone who has a collection of pennies or even just a jar of change at home, taking a closer look at your 2002 Lincoln cents could be well worth the effort. With a simple magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, you might spot subtle doubling, misalignment, or other anomalies that signal an error. While most pennies will turn out to be ordinary, the possibility that one could be a rare error worth life-changing money keeps collectors searching with enthusiasm. What many see as insignificant pocket change might actually be a hidden numismatic treasure waiting to be discovered. The 2002 Lincoln 1-cent penny proves that even recent coins can contain remarkable surprises when errors and rarity collide.